Alright guys, this is the store championship for our locals. It's a red hybrid. I went undefeated against Royal Knight, followed by Lil Floop, followed by Belphemon, and then finalized win with a Royal Knight in the finals. We're running 4 Yokomon.
You cheated.
It's the best. It's the best level 2 you can run in this deck. On deletion, if you have a red tamer in play, draw a card. So that's actually super easy. Next, the best level 3s in the deck are actually going to be your tamers. So we're going to start with the tamers. So first things first, Takuya. He's your memory setter. You can play him for free through multiple card effects. Very good. His inheritable also allows you to turbo out real early security, real early memory gain, and stuff like that. The your turn, when he's 10,000 or higher, gain 2 memory comes up a lot. So we run 4 of him. The best Takuya in the deck is 4 of the original Takuya. His ability to warp Evo really clutches a lot of games. Your opponent always has to think about this. Plus he's going to give you the extra security check. Plus he's going to give you the extra DP. So you always want to play 4 and 4 of each tamer. You don't want to cut any of these by any margin. Moving on to the actual level 3s, we run 4 of the BT13 Flamemon. On play, trash a hybrid in your hand to draw 2. It's draw power. It's fuel for your Takuya. It's real self-explanatory. The inheritable 2k DP also helps with a lot of matchups. Next, we also play a full 4 of the BT7 Flamemon. Ignore the fact they're not all alt art. I'm sorry, I'm broke. On play, you reveal top 4, add 1 card, which is why he's like the most inferior searcher of the deck. It really feels bad because you're only grabbing 1 card and you're bot decking 3. But his inheritable is really good, which is why we play him as the 4 of. Because on deletion, you get to play Takuya for free. Next, we only play 3 of the original Flamemon. This is the best searcher in the deck because you're looking at 3 cards, you're usually grabbing 2 cards, and you're only bot decking 1 card. Of course, he also goes well with the 1 Boko. Boko does the exact same thing, but he reveals 5. You get to grab 2, which is good. You get to grab a hybrid and a tamer. And then, of course, he has the on-field effect, which everybody should know. We all live through BT7. And then, of course, the best rookie against most of my matchups, as you heard, Solarmon. Sometimes your opponent just has to sit there and stare at it, and you just win because of it.
That's why you won right there.
Yep, that's why we won. The Solarmon was our winning card. Moving on to the Burning Greymons, we play 4 of the BT12. This one gives you 2,000 DP when he evos, so that on top of this Takuya is almost always a guaranteed 2 memory for checking a security, and it also forces out blocks a lot, so that's really good. That's why you play him. His inheritable, of course, is also plus 2,000. And then for the last of the Burning Greymons, I only play 2 of the old BT7 Burnings. The DP pop doesn't really come up much in this format, so I didn't want to like max out on him because that 3 to Evo on top of level 3 sucks. So you're usually Evoing on top of your level 4s though, and he's a hybrid. Every single one of your level 4s is always going to be swinging on top of your tamers. So usually you're not Evoing on your 3s. The one you do want to Evo on top of your 3s is your Unimon. This is the BT12 Aguni. Because he has that on deletion, play a Flamemon out suspended, you're going to get searches off of just him dying. In the gameplay, you're probably going to see later in the finals, I looped this like 3 times into the Flamemon where I could just keep drawing, and it gave me so much card advantage that I was able to power through the game. Of course, he also evos on top of Takuya, and his on deletion plays Takuya for free, so it's honestly really broken if you can just keep looping that. And we do play 2 of the original BT4 Unimon. He's a vanilla. He just evos on top of tamers. Moving on to level 5s, we do play a full 4 of the Aldemon. He's the only level 5 you need. If you're playing any other level 5 in this deck, you're playing for late game, and this deck does not play for late game. This deck plays for immediate. So don't play BT12 Aldemon. Get him out of there. You don't need him. You need him. So he's the best level 5 because he gives you that inheritable of option cards are ignored. So any deck that is reliant on option cards, you just completely stomp on them. And of course he evos on top of a card with a tamer in the source for only 1. So for 3 memory, which you're guaranteed with him, you can build into Aldemon. And then of course he gives himself 4,000 DP on Evo. So there's a way to get your stacks well and truly over 20k, so that's real easy. Next, we play 3 of the BT12 Emperor Greymons. He has naturally security check +1. When digivolving, he pops a body on the board. If it's on top of a tamer stack, he pops anything as big as him. If it's on top of a naturally built stack, which you're never doing, it only pops 6k. And then on deletion, he plays a Takuya from trash or hand, and you can see how your Takuya resources are constantly going because of that. And then we do play 2 of the Blitz. I see some people cutting this down to 1, and it's true you only ever really need 1 in hand, but you always at least want to see it because there's always that chance it's going to be in your security or something like that, because this is your game ender. So his Wind Digivolving is just Blitz, and then once per turn, if this card is blocked, he will unsuspend himself, and then you'll gain 1 memory for every hybrid in his source. So if you're evoed on top of your Warp Evo Takuya, he's guaranteed to gain you 5 memory off just of them being forced to block, because you're going to have 5 sources underneath him. So that's why we play him. And then, of course, the one of Blitz Omni. It's Blitz Omni. If you can't kill with your level 6s, you're killing them with this. You don't need more than that. The best option card in the deck, of course, is just 4 copies of Atomic Inferno. If it gets head out of security, your entire board, no matter what, gets security check +1. So even if you evo your Tamer into something, it's going to get security check +1. If you promote something, security check +1. This actually won me a game because my opponent hit it out of security, and my Boko was able to get 2 checks. That's hilarious. The main effect is plus 3,000 DP if he has hybrid in the traits, and then security check +1. And then if you block it, 3 memory, just for free, just because you were forced to block. And then last but not least, 2 copies of Gravity Crush. I used to play this at a 3 of, but the non-security effect really sucks. And honestly, you only really ever need 2. You're dropping these when you're winning. You're only ever going to drop these when you're winning. This is just, oh, you think choking me to 1 is going to prevent me from killing you? No. I can go to 3, trigger my Takuya, go into my Emperor Greymon, and I have game. So the deck's real simple. It's red. You're swinging big. You're swinging early. You just win before your opponent can properly set up. Like I said, the Royal Knight gameplay, I literally won because of Solarmon. If you're running a red deck, a purple deck, and I think black, and you're not running that card in this format, wrong. Do it. It wins you games. Belphemon, Royal Knight, you just win. Like, because they have to spend turns to out it, and if they can't out it, you just win. So the deck's real easy, real simple. So that's it for the deck profile. You guys remember to like, comment, subscribe on Sean's videos, and we'll see you next time.